Rock and roll and rolling and rocking. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Wyatt's Metal podcast. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everything is working. Let me know if you can hear me fine, if you can see me fine. I had a very adventurous last week, I would say, and there's a couple of announcements I want to get to on here. Quite a few things to cover for this episode, so it should be fun. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining in here. Thanks for catching up. Hope you're all doing well. Had metal weekends. Hopefully, anyone who went to Blue Ridge is recovered and feels human again. Hopefully, people went to better, real festivals that actually happened. Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. So, yeah, this last weekend, I pretty much had a whole I pretty much had my Halloween weekend, I would say. I saw all of the shock rock people. It was great. And oh hey, got the same shirt from Anaheim. Yep. So you were at the show. It was a fucking sick show. I'm definitely gonna get to that. Real lame person is in here. What's up, Missile Girl? So yeah, this last weekend, me and a friend went to Las Vegas and stayed at the Mandalay Bay, which we'd been to for Psycho Las Vegas. So we're really familiar with it, and it's an awesome hotel. And we went there for the Danzig show because there were two shows. The first one was Danzig with Behemoth, Twin Temple, and Midnight. And the second show was Alice Cooper, Rob Zombie, Ministry, and Filter. And they were on the same day in Southern California, which was stupid. So to make the most of the situation, me and my friend caught Danzig in Las Vegas the day before, and then we drove straight back and caught Alice Cooper and Zombie the next day. So it was great. That was my full horror themed weekend. But it was really interesting walking around the Mandalay Bay when it wasn't a festival and the show wasn't there. It was at a different casino. So we weren't the only metal people, but we were like two of like maybe seven in the whole place. And besides that, it's normal Vegas people. So it's a shift from being used to just dark sea of long hair savages like us and then to normal Vegas people. But it was really fun. We were we were chilling at the pool at the Mandalay Bay, and it's all like beachy and sandy. And I kept picturing that scene from Portlandia when Danzig's on the beach, like Rich's escape. When I make it, gonna work on a video about these shows. I'm gonna add that clip in there, but yeah, it was really fun. So the show. First band was Midnight, and we get in maybe like halfway into their set, unfortunately. Because the place we went to for dinner took forever. But Midnight were great. They're awesome. That band is so sick. They're just solid and fun, and if they're on the lineup, it's gonna be a good time for sure. I love their just raw, kind of sleazy, dirty rock and roll sound. That's my shit. But well, so we walk in during midnight, and it's like, they're very energetic, fun. It's like, all right, we're having fun. And the next band to play is Twin Temple. And I actually do enjoy Twin Temple. I think they're fun, kind of like, during like Halloween time and everything. They're pretty entertaining to put on the background and listen to. And I've seen them before, and I like them live. But Twin Temple, for those that don't know, is like, how would you describe them? Almost a doo-wop, like satanic band, or just like a almost like old like classic rock, like when rock and roll first became a word. They kind of have that type of sound, but so it can be really soft and slow at times. So we went from this like speed metal of Midnight fucking punch you in the face, and it's kind of like, all right, the vibe has gone down a lot now. I think if Twin Temple had played first, I think that would have been better for people to like get into the venue, get comfortable with it, get kind of like feeling the music, and then all the heavy bands kick in. But it went Midnight and then Twin Temple and then Behemoth, and it was just like a very weird sudden stop in the energy, I would say. Um, but I mean, like it wasn't terrible. I still enjoyed their songs and everything, but it was like I could use some blast beats right now. But following them was Behemoth, which I wanted to answer here. Honda asked, "How did Behemoth play? Never thought they would warm up for Danzig." Um, yeah, it's I think they have before actually in the past, but one thing I do give Danzig credit for is that he tends to choose which bands he plays with and tours with, and he tends to choose good fucking bands. So, um, I'm sure I feel like Danzig probably personally picked Behemoth. He probably personally picked all the bands, but Behemoth were good. Now, one second. I've been a fan of Behemoth for a very long time. I used to be a massive fan of Behemoth. Um, and every single time I've seen them, they've been very powerful, very heavy hitting. I don't think I've ever seen them play a bad show. Um, that being said, I'm not super into their kind of like postmodern-ish like influence they've been adding lately. I like The Satanist, that album they did. I think that's a fucking masterpiece. I love that album. It has kind of has like sort of little hints of that, but not enough. It's like just a little seasoning that adds kind of like interesting texture to it. But then their next album, which was what I love you at your darkest album, shit. And, um, so it's kind of that like half the set was like, fuck yeah, I'm having flashbacks to when I was like 16 and seeing Behemoth. And then other halves would be like, hey, you know, it's cool. Like I get it. But, this will probably be a very unpopular, controversial take from me, but their song, Bartzabel, whatever. I hate that fucking song, dude. It's so fucking boring. Oh god. So and they played that, and I was just like, okay. But then they ended with what is it? Decade of Theory? No, Chant to the one they always end with. That was great. They opened with, I think, A Fire in the Void, and that's a great song too. They did play one from their latest album that I actually did enjoy, even though it did have that different sound to them. But so that being said, they were still good and enjoyable and everything. But I do feel like it was my least favorite time I saw Behemoth, which is kind of weird because like it definitely didn't suck. It like I still had fun, I still enjoyed it, but it was if I'm comparing it to all the other times I've seen him, nah. And Nurgle is just hilarious. I was telling my friend 'cause she hadn't seen him before. Yeah, this comment. Missile Girl says it was my first time seeing Behemoth. They were good, but I thought they'd be more behemouthy. Exactly. um. So what was I saying? Uh. Oh, so it used to be a thing when Behemoth was touring. Nurgle would always have a new mask, and my friends would be like, "What mask is he gonna have this time?" Uh, Now they've gotten to a point where he has a new outfit for every single song. Nurgle packs for his tours like women pack for vacation. They just pack everything they might need and everything that might possibly need, and then things they definitely don't need, but they're gonna anyway. That is exactly how Nurgle travels for a tour. Which is I love a good stage show. I love theatrics, so I don't know. It's kind of funny to notice, but I still appreciate like what goes into the spectacle of it, I would say. Um Thank you. Someone actually agrees with me. I can see it. Bartzabel, or how you say it, is kind of boring. Thank you. I'm not the only one. What's up, Jomo? What's up, everybody? Behemoth needs more fire in their live shows. Yeah, they used to. I was kind of wondering if they would have pyro stuff. It was an indoor venue, so and they were opening, so maybe they didn't. I mean, they played for a decent amount of time, like 45 minutes or more. Wanted to get to William Buckley here. Says, I saw them open for King Diamond in like 2005. They played a 20-minute set, and at this point, they didn't even have a fraction of their big old stage setup. That's fucking sick. I'm very jealous of that show. Um, I when I first saw Behemoth on the Free Ozfest in 2007 during the Apostasy tour, and that's when they were starting to get up there more. And it's crazy to see how they blew up, and I do think that's awesome. I just think they kind of need to get more of grinding evilness back in their music and less influencer-based music. Miss Girl, I also didn't realize Nurgle was 4'11". I didn't realize that either. Is he actually? Honestly, don't know if you're joking or not. But anyway, so after Behemoth was Danzig, the highlight of the night. And where do I start with this one? So, well, I guess I'll say Danzig was good. Danzig was really good. I definitely had a good time with it. I've seen him a couple times now. 5 times maybe. Um, I would say this was probably the second best time I've seen him. What's crazy, and I know a lot of people who've probably seen Danzig before will not believe this, but he didn't complain at any point in the show. He didn't bitch about anything. He didn't go off on some weird tangent. He looked like he was having fun. This is the second time I've seen him do this. I think he just has a better time in Vegas because I saw him at Psycho Las Vegas, I think in 2021, maybe. And that was the best one. He was fucking weirdly good at that show. Where I remember people were looking around being like, how is this Danzig doing this good right now? And I would say this show went second to it. And the only reason I'd probably put it second to it is because the venue this show was at, this sound felt like it was missing a little bit of a oomph to it. Like all the bands sounded good, but it kind of sounded like the dial on everything was at 9 when it should have been at 11. So I almost kind of like I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the songs and it was cool, but you know that feeling when you're missing that kind of hit in the chest of the music? It kind of felt like that a little bit. That being said, he was really good. He played all of the first album. Um, when I saw him at Psycho last, he played all of the second album, which I personally like better. But this one, he played all of Danzig 1, and he played a shitload of songs from other albums too. He was really good. But the thing that was really fucking pissing me off during this show was, as everybody probably knows, Danzig hates cameras, which is kind of hard thing to do in current year, but hey. So I'm sure you've seen videos of when he kind of chased after someone off a stage for having a camera. It's been a thing. There's been shows where it's signs not just saying don't take pictures and everything. But so at this show, there were no signs anywhere saying no cameras. And for all of the bands before, everyone was using cameras, no issue, nothing. Then when Danzig starts with no word about it, no announcement, no nothing, the security guards, one in particular who is a fucking douchebag, were shining their flashlights in people's phones and in their faces when they were filming. And they never fucking said, oh, the headliner doesn't want cameras or anything. People are just taking their phones out like they normally would. And this fucking security guard would get right up to people with this light right in their fucking face. They're causing a problem or something. And what was it? And honestly, while he was doing this, Danzig is smiling at people. He's running around. He didn't look pissed off. He never pointed to any phones or anything. He definitely saw them. But at one point early on in the show, this tall, bald, worthless abortion of a human who is a security guard here because he's a completely worthless piece of shit is shining the flashlight at me right in my eyes, and I am not holding my phone. I am just watching the show. I don't have my phone in my hand. And if he was doing it to the person directly behind me, I'm not sure, but he was shining his light right in my fucking face. And I start flipping him off. And then he starts fucking yelling at me and trying to get in my face. I was like, what? I'm doing my fucking job. What's your problem? I'm like, you are ruining the show I paid for. I don't have anything in my hand. And I'm like flashing my hands at him. And I keep going like, get the fuck out of my face. I'm trying to watch the show. I respect security guards at concerts who are doing their job, doing the normal thing, looking out for people. I have no problem with that. But a dickhead who just has a fucking stick up his ass because he's never done anything in his life and he wants to abuse the tiny little bit of authority that he has, probably lives in the fucking gutters of Vegas. Fuck that guy. I seriously considered pissing in a bottle and throwing it at his fucking head. I didn't, but I very much wanted to. And he kept doing it for like most of the show. Not to me, but to other people. He like anyone would pull a phone out, he's right there. And what was it? Until Danzig started playing Mother and fucking everybody took their phones out, and I see him just like give up and he just goes on the stage and just sits there. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, you fucking prick. He was the only one who was aggressively being a fucking cunt. The other security, I did see some security guards going up to people in the front, just being like, bro, like, no phone, like, just put it away. But they weren't getting in their fucking faces with their flashlight right there. So fuck that guy. I hope he lives in the tunnels of Las Vegas and gets flooded in the winter. And then they can hire a good security guard. Because I asked a buddy of mine who did security for like most of the venues in Portland. He's worked with he worked with Danzig. He worked with Danzig a couple times. So I asked him about this situation, and he goes, when I did the Danzig show, my friend, they were told that he doesn't like phones. So they put up signs everywhere saying, like, no phones during the headliner. People still, did it, but definitely not as much as there would have been because there were signs saying not to do it. And I think he said when people did it, like, they either didn't do anything or were just like, hey, like, we kind of just have to tell you to put the phone down. We don't really care. Kind of like that. And, I totally get that. And I've seen Danzig before where we had to put our phones in like those little case things, which I have no issue with at all. I actually quite like those. So yeah, that dude really fucking pissed me off. But besides that one asshole, the show was pretty great. Danzig played really well. Played for a long time. He played some rare shit too. That was cool. He played some stuff I don't think I've even heard of. But yeah, he was really, really good. Really enjoyed it. It seemed like he was having a good time, which is strange because growing up I knew of the like whole diva drama with Danzig, and I've seen shows where he's like bitched about stuff quite a bit. But the last 2 times I've seen him, he's been fucking awesome. It's cool. Let me get to some of these comments really quick. Ricardo says, my cousin was at the Ontario show while I was seeing Zombie Cooper. He went backstage with his friend and got to talk to Nurgle and meet the whole band. Cool. That's awesome. I've met Nurgle a couple times. He's a cool dude to fans and everything. Yeah, Behemoth are awesome guys. Ugh, sorry, I'm dying. I did too many drugs and hookers in Vegas. I'm still recovering. Kidding, I didn't do any of those things. Kyle Robinson says, does Danzig ever do early Misfits songs while on tour for Danzig? Never seen him live. Not usually, no. He did, before the Misfits reunited, he did a tour where he'd have Doyle come out and they'd do a couple songs. On his solo shows, no, he doesn't do any Misfits songs, but they're back together touring occasionally now. I've seen the Misfits reunited 3 or 4 times. So it's Danzig, Jerry Only, Doyle, Dave Lombardo, which is fucking awesome. I'll take that over the original drummer. And then they have, is it AC Slade? I think it's him, doing like kind of backup guitar for them. Misfits are fucking great live. They're so fun. I like Misfits more than Danzig solo, admittedly. And it was fucking awesome live. Funny thing about the Misfits shows when they do it now, every song Danzig's like, all right, this is an old song. And we're all like, they're all old songs. All of these songs are like 40 years old. Anyway. Metal Elvis lives, exactly. Melvis. Han says, I know cameras may be annoying, but I sometimes film like 1-2 minutes of a show as max to avoid annoying people. That is exactly what I do. I do like 30 seconds of a song a couple of times, maybe like 3-4 times throughout the show if it's like the headliner that I'm really fucking into. And I try to be like, not in people's faces, but yeah, like I try to take a quick like Instagram story video. I'm not trying to like film the whole fucking, even with, my channel and everything. I still try to keep the video short, like spaced out in between. I don't like to do that shit. And then especially what was it? When the band starts, when everyone has their phones out, that is the worst time. You got to wait till like second or third song, and then people put their phones down. Then you can be like, all right, now I can get clear shots. That is how I do it. William Puckley says, phones bad, piss jugs equal great. Exactly. This is exactly how math works. Chomo, why am I picturing the mountain from Game of Thrones as a security guard against you? Yeah, pretty much, dude. Like 5 times bigger than Danzig, just fluffed up, like blocking the whole crowd. Which isn't hard to do, but Hello, Wyatt. Good to see you. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. Had a great vacation. Spaceman733 from Disk Server. Question: did you listen to the band Enforcer from Sweden? I know of Enforcer. I haven't really listened to him much. I can't like name any songs or anything. I've kind of heard them like in passing where someone's playing it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. But I have not sat down to listen with them yet. But I should. I need to. They sound like something I would like. Manson Slipknot says, evening from England, savior of metal. Yes, I am the savior of metal. As everyone knows, I'm an unholy being blessed upon this earth to spread metal and chaos. Plant Killer just got back from working with kids. Thank you for making my day a little better. I'm glad I could help out. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate when people listen to this podcast and listen to me just talk to myself for a while. Peter Bear says, have you seen any of the European festival lineups aside from Wacken? If so, would you consider going to others that aren't Wacken? Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love the Tolminator lineup, not just because I'm playing it, but I do think the lineup was fucking awesome. So that's cool. That's not it's not European, but Maryland Death Fest in America, the lineup for next year is already really good. Brutal Assault, I know, started announcing stuff, and I really like I really want to check out that festival. Their lineups have been sick. All my friends have been recommending it. Yeah, I gotta keep an eye out. And then who's had a big one recently? Oh, not oh, that was a Mexico festival. I saw a lineup for Hell in Heaven recently, which is pretty good. But yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye out for everything possible, seeing what's out there. So back to my weekend now, I would say. 1 second. So, see the Danzig show. It was awesome. Next day, we check out. Me and my friend go from Vegas straight to LA. Listen to a podcast about aliens on the drive since Area 51's out there, and which is fitting for later, actually. We get back to LA and we get to the other show. This one, Freaks on Parade, with my awesome bootleg shirt I bought in the parking lot. We got there we got there for pretty much perfect timing. Not when the show started, but pretty much right when we got to our seats, Ministry had started. And holy shit, they were so fucking good. Ministry is one of those bands that I often like kind of forget about. I don't play that much, and then I see them live, and I'm like, God damn, I love this band. Fuck. But they played at the Honda Center, Honda Arena, whatever it's called. It's a big indoor stadium, and industrial metal in a stadium is fucking amazing. I'm not even the biggest industrial metal fan. Uh, I do really like a couple bands, but it just fucking works there. And back in 2016, I saw Rammstein with Combi Christ in a stadium, and that was like memorable. Like, holy fuck, this sound here is good. And Ministry had that exact same thing where me and my friend kept turning each other like, this is fucking amazing. Like, it just puts you in a really good mood knowing how fucking good they were being. They were fantastic. They they played a decent amount of their hits, I would say, and then newer stuff. But yeah, they were fantastic. I fucking love them. And then right after Ministry was Alice Cooper, which was awesome. I love Alice Cooper. I'm a huge fan. Um, I've seen him a bunch of times, and I appreciate that he came out and played a bit early, I would say. But so it was interesting because Alice played, and stage-wise, his performance, he really didn't have that much. It was interesting. Like, he did Billion Dollar Babies, and he just had the sword. I don't think he even had money on it like he normally does. He had the straitjacket for Ballad of Dwight Fry. He had the guillotine and got chopped. That was kinda it. Like, he had these, like, look kinda like a courtroom, like, standing thing, but I've seen him with way more stage stuff. Um, and it was kinda interesting how toned down stage-wise it was, but that being said, music-wise and performance-wise, he was fucking great. It sounded so good, and I kept having moments of like, That's fucking Alice Cooper." Like, we're watching Alice Cooper, fucking legend. Um Still puts on such a great fucking show. Um, I honestly wonder how much, if any, I don't know, but if there's any backing tracks to it, just because most big bands do it nowadays. And I would be upset to find out if he had. But he played so good. Loved it. And then after him was Rob Zombie. And Rob Zombie fucking killed. Rob Zombie is one of the artists I've liked for the longest. Dragula was one of the first metal heavy songs I ever got into, and I still love it as much as I ever did when I first discovered it. Rob Zombie had a big fucking stage show. He had everything, so that definitely cheered me up. But Rob Zombie I've seen a bunch of times too, and live he's just so fucking good. Like I love his early albums, and then his later stuff, more recent stuff. Um It's always he'll have, like, 1 or 2 songs that I really like, and the rest is pretty forgettable. But, live, even when he does those songs, it's still awesome because 'cause he's got fire, he's got, like, Frankensteins and Satans and shit walking around, he's, like, dancing all, like, funky during the show, which I appreciate, he's really funny. I think Zombie's awesome. Yeah, he fucking killed it, it was sweet. Um, and those were the concerts, so back to back 2 days was Midnight, Twin Temple, Behemoth, Danzig, Ministry, Alice Cooper, and Rob Zombie. Sometimes you gotta create your own festival, you know? It's a really fun way to do it. About the same time last year, I saw back-to-backs, Iron Maiden, and then the next day was Rammstein, and that was my own little personal, like, festival then too, which was fun. And that was great, and then spent the rest of the weekend what'd we do? Oh, yeah, I should definitely add this because it is metal. The next day after the show, I take my friend to Grill 'Em All, this restaurant, in Alhambra, just right outside LA. And what is it? Yeah, right outside LA, and all their food is metal themed. They have the Behemoth burger, they have the Zach Wild burger. I always get the Cowboy from Hell burger, which is quite fucking ironic for the haters of this channel. And, they have the Ghoul Burger. They have a bunch of shit. They make them for just for bands, and they do this crazy shit where it's like a really big fucking burger, and then they add like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They add fried chicken. They add straight up complete breakfast like omelet on it. They add like they had I think the behemoth one has what is it, waffle buns. This shit's crazy. Like if you eat there, you don't have to eat again for the day. It's fantastic and it's fucking good too. But they have metal shit everywhere. So they like there's one TV always playing metal videos, and then they're playing like extreme metal all the time. They have a wall where bands have been there and autographed, and they have like Power Trip and Gate Creeper and Nita Strauss, and I think Zach Wilde's there and a bunch of people. Um, it's fucking sick. If you come to SoCal, the LA area, you definitely want to go to Gorilla Mall. I love that place. And then after that, we went to a shop called Halloween Town, which is in Burbank and is a all year open Halloween store. I think pretty much every day except maybe like Halloween and Christmas or something, but all year round it's a Halloween store, and they have rare shit and like it's not, you know, a spirit. They have some like props from movies, like old like collectible figures. They have really cool Halloween shit everywhere. Um if you are in the LA area, I recommend checking that out. Halloween Town in Burbank and Gorilla Mall in Alhambra. It makes for a fun, adventurous day. So that was my weekend. It was really fun. Definitely gonna make a video about all of that. And I have a couple of videos to get to, and I'm actually busy this coming weekend going to another festival, but I'll mention that in a minute because I want to get to some of these comments from you guys. Manson says, please go to Bloodstock because I'm going this year and seeing you guys would be a highlight. I'd fucking hope so, man. I'd love to go back to Bloodstock. It was a very good festival. I only went once and I need to again, so we'll see. I hope so. Prenda says, the thing that I remember the most about Danzig is when he messed with that bass player from an opening act and he got spun around with a nice punch in the kisser. Right. Everybody knows that video. That's probably why Danzig hates cameras, but yeah, that's a classic. Everybody knows that one. Ricardo says, had a fun weekend with shock rock and wrestling. Filter was surprisingly good as well. That's good to hear. I didn't have anything against seeing them. I honestly don't even know any of their songs. We just happened to get there late. But all right, I got to get to this fun question. Jomo asks, do you believe in aliens or do you think it's just a big go? I 100% believe in aliens. I'm totally. I watched the whole UFO hearing in the U.S. I watched the fake cake Mexican aliens that they just did recently. No, I'm heavy into that shit. I try to be realistic. You know, I'm not. I don't. I try not to. Well, I do dive down many rabbit holes, but I try to keep level head. Try to be like, all right, here's what I think is going on based on things I see, but I am always open to the fact that I can be completely fucking wrong. That's how I put it. William Buckley says, I'm hearing a whole lot of talk about bands that aren't Pantera. Complete bullshit. Moon subscribing, brother. See. I already answered your alien question. I'm going to get to another one. Pantera mention quota is certainly lacking. Yeah, obviously everyone knows I'm not a real metalhead. I'm a total poser, fake embarrassment because I don't mention Pantera every 12 seconds. Sorry, just I wanted to make a metal channel to grift on since I always thought Pantera fans were just so cool, and I couldn't get it. I knew that I was unworthy. So this was my grift. They caught me. It sucks. I'm sorry. Brenda says Ministry is great. I still wonder why KMFDM hasn't been doing festivals. The Ultra Heavy Beat. They did Sick New World surprisingly, which I know that they don't often do festivals, but I love KMFDM too. They're a great band. Neff Boy says, "Have you ever been to Hell's Heroes? I'm considering driving to Texas for this year, and this would be my first festival." I have not. I actually didn't know about it until about last year, but I think it looks awesome. I would definitely go to it. Um, I like smaller indoor festivals. That's cool. Adrian says, "Hi, what did I miss? First live stream. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. You missed me talking about my shock rock weekend and aliens for a minute." um, Hyundai, I don't really listen to Rob Zombie. The only songs I know from him are Dragula and Black Sunshine from Guitar Hero 3. But he looks amazing live. Wish I could see him one day. Yeah, that's what the people in Exos are saying too. Like they're not super big into Zombie, but like he always puts on a killer show. So if you get the chance, I recommend it. You're gonna have fun. Yeah. Wyatt does a Q&A later, right? I try to get to comments here as much as I can. I can definitely take as many for a while. Um, yeah, if you have anyone has any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll definitely get to them. Let's see. Kyle says, "Always wanted to go to Gorilla Mall. I'd highly recommend it. Highly, highly recommended." I would like Wyatt on Japanese festivals. That would be awesome. I would be so down to do that. I've never been to Japan. I definitely would go. Just haven't yet. Ooh, Simpsonshin? I think I'm fucking terrible at reading. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. But yo, Wyatt, I went in my first mosh pit this weekend. It was the Code Orange Wall of Death. That is a hell of a first mosh pit, man. Congratulations. That is a sweet one. Oh, also, this is Carrying. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. I'm terrible with names. I just changed my username to match my username everywhere else. I think that's a great fucking first wall of death. That's pretty high up there. You know, you could have been in some weak mainstream type of thing, but that code, I know Code Orange shows are fucking crazy. So props to you. Glad you're alive. I'm trying to catch up here. Do you think Saxon is an underrated band? I don't know. Because back in the day they got really good recognition, I would say, for what they added to metal and everything. They definitely have phased out a bit nowadays. Not a bit, they definitely have. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because, like, I also personally I don't put them on the same level as a lot of other bands. But that's just me. So I don't know. I kind of feel like they're fairly rated. Brenda says, "I saw the original Pantera twice. Once the first time they were great. Second time Phil was so high he couldn't even stand up. Terrible." Original, like back in the day, 'cause that's pretty cool. I definitely think that's awesome. Hector Cruz says, "Saw Zombie with Mudvayne last year. They killed it. Albuquerque crowd gave them." That's funny. Yeah, dude, Zombie is always good live. I love a good stage show, and I've always loved Zombie's music. Definitely at times I was getting flashbacks to being like in a Hot Topic in 2004 when he was playing some of his songs in a good way. Had flashbacks to being a kid, you know. That's the best part. um Hang on. This comment, yeah, after your video on moshing, I specifically said I wouldn't go in their pit. Then the audience split in two, and it's history from there. That's the thing about the Wall of Death. Like, it's so dangerous, but at the same time, like, it's hard to resist. Even me, I'm like, I gotta do it. You run and fight. Wall of Deaths are awesome. So, as long as you live. Yeah. Nick says, "Is Milwaukee Metal happening this year? Planning on going? Want to know around what time of year tickets go on sale so I can plan." I'm sure that it will. I haven't heard anything, but this year was great and fantastic, and I only heard good things about it on the inside. So nothing's been announced yet, but I'm certain that it will. And I would definitely like to go because That was great. I had a really good time at that festival. Brenda asks, "Will the guys in Power Trip ever find a new singer? I love that band. R.I.P. Riley." Yeah, definitely. Rest in peace, Riley. Power Trip was so sick. Last I heard, I think some of the guys did start a different band, but at the same time, I also think that they're planning on having a new singer and doing and continuing Power Trip. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. They had intentions to keep going, which I hope they do because they were a great band. And Riley was fucking badass. Uh, has anyone seen Red Letter Media vid on Milwaukee Metal Fest? Mike would have great uh, grows. I wonder if you mean shows, but I've not seen that. But I like Red Letter Media, so I definitely need to watch that. That would be sick. I didn't even find that video. Captain Sweeb says, "You ever think about going to Steelfest in Finland?" Yeah, I think about going to every festival if the lineup is great. Totally depends on lineup for me, but I've never been to Finland yet, so I definitely am down to go to any festival there. It says Mike from Red Letter Media would have good growls. I'll have to listen to that because that's cool. They're really entertaining. So aside from my metal as fuck shock rock weekend, there were some interesting announcements to specifically in the metal entertainment world that I think we should talk about. First one we should get to because it's just so fun. Blue Ridge has made their first big-ish announcement since their absolute clusterfuck. For those who don't know, which I'm sure was arguably the worst festival to ever happen. I had some people messaging me saying that they went to Woodstock 99. Personal opinion, but that is what some people told me. Now, Blue Ridge is still being complete swineless bitches. They haven't taken any responsibility at all. They're completely lying and gaslighting to everyone. I'm certain that is entirely for legal reasons because they know they're going to court. They know they are. They can't walk in and be like, they have to push it as hard as they can, even if there's no chance of it. Blue Ridge Rock Festival is the Amber Heard of music festivals. They're just gonna push it till the end until everyone's like, dude, we can see the makeup. But so anyway, Blue Ridge has released a gaslighting bullshit statement. Let me find it. Thanks to Loudwire. You just show the actual one, or are you just quoting it? Blah 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 blah. Where's the full statement? Come on. Ads. Okay, come on, get out of the way. Where the fuck is this? All right, I guess go here. See if this works. Internet. Dun, dun. Yeah, it's I think people in the industry, people familiar with a lot of this background shit, you start to be able to read through these things really fucking easily. If you're familiar with like the laws, industry, music business, whatever, you can read through the bullshit quite easily. All right, this isn't loading. I don't know why. Where is their fucking statement? Sorry, we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks. Why is this not opening? What the fuck's going on? I apologize, everybody, for the delay. Let me get to some comments while this stupid thing tries to open. Brenda says, forcing people to park 6 miles away and charging them $50 for a ride was a money grab. Yeah, that was total fucking bullshit. There's no reason for festivals to do that. If you have to have your parking miles away and shuttle everyone in, don't have your festival there. Find somewhere else. because it's fucking stupid. And I'm pretty sure there were areas there they could have used. They just didn't. Why the fuck is this not working? God damn. Pause for dramatic effect. There's got to be here somewhere. What the fuck's going on? Why is everything crapping out now? God damn it. Watch me handle this better than Blue Ridge. All right, I'm gonna need all of you watching right now to go outside in the rain, stand out under the lightning until I get this stupid thing to work. Blue Ridge's bullshit announcement. Pull the goddamn thing. Okay, I'm having technical difficulties. I apologize for that. This is fucking stupid. You are working as well as Sly. He's probably hacked my shit, let's be honest. He's probably spying on my camera right now, going through my porn history. What a fucking weirdo. Someone had to take a picture of this fucking thing. Jesus Christ. Let's make up more shit about Sly Guy while we're trying to figure this out. Sly Guy was born in a dumpster, unfortunately, which is sad, but he made some bad choices throughout his life, let's be honest here. I actually found, this isn't a joke, I actually did find this. I typed in his name on YouTube, and he had a video of him popped up from years ago as some, like, church member. He was reading some, like, Bible quote or something. This was real. I found this. Yeah, I'm not bullshitting. Type in Sly Guy, and you'll find some fucking, I don't even remember what he was saying, some religious thing. It was hilarious. Okay, this is being ridiculous. I don't know why I can't find this right now. I don't know if they even have it on their stupid website. Oh, but we can bring that up as well, ignoring their bullshit for a minute. Another thing that's happened as a result of Blue Ridge. Let me share this screen. Sorry, let me get to here. So a lot of people apparently who went to Blue Ridge Rock Festival now have alien xenomorph face huggers in their body that are going to burst out of their chest soon and kill them, which is horrible. It's really sad. Blue Ridge Rock Fest attendants say they're experiencing gastrointestinal issues. Virginia Department of Health is investigating. Yeah, Virginia Department of Health is investigating after attendees of the Blue Shitballs Festival say they experienced gastrointestinal issues after the weekend. There's discoloration. There's all sorts of sexy stuff, says Andy Petit, who traveled from Massachusetts to attend the festival in early September. I'm 172 pounds right now, which is 13 pounds less than I was at the age of 13. The fuck? So if I'm hearing this correctly, basically, what the hell is going on with my internet right now? Anyway, everyone at Blue Ridge Rock Festival was served shit water through the weekend, and now everyone's sick. He also says he experienced nausea and diarrhea. Petit works in healthcare, so when he started having symptoms, his colleagues were quick to get him out the door. Our nurse practitioner said, Andy, you need to go immediately to employee health and tell them you may have ingested parasitic or been introduced to one at least. Petit says he returned to work for the first time recently. Drank bottle. He says his friends who drank bottled water felt fine after the festival, but he and 3 friends who drank from the one water station all allegedly fell ill. And it's not just this petite guy. I've seen a lot of people saying this. There's probably people in here who can report that. That's fucked up. I don't really know know what else to say about that. Like, if you did go to Blue Ridge and you're experiencing gastro problems, you might want to contact the Virginia Department of Health. But no, guys, it was totally just the rain. There were no other issues. I really want to find their fucking announcement. Why is this not opening? Sly Guy has swiped my internet. Get out. There we go. All right, we got it. We found it. Have we? Okay, fine. Log in. Just work. Fuck you. Get out of my face. Jesus Christ. I'm going to zoom in to look at this because everything is being stupid right now. Anyway, it says, we are continually working around the clock for you as one of the few true independent entities remaining. And fuck off. And with just one event a year, the process we are currently working through does unfortunately take additional time, especially if you're fucking making up shit. Blue Ridge deeply regrets the unexpected turn of events that led to the festival's cancellation. We deeply regret getting caught. The decision, although difficult, was taken in collaboration with an emergency management team. Health officials being like, you're going to jail. Comprised of local, county, and state officials, as well as venue representatives. It was a collective choice. They probably saw the shit everywhere. It was a collective choice made in the best interest of everyone's safety, including attendees, musicians, and campers. Contrary to some claims, the decision was based solely on the safety concerns caused by the weather. They are lying. Fuck you. Due to a combination of internal consideration and external factors, we are unable to offer more details at this time, but we are looking forward to doing so. We appreciate your patience and we appreciate your patience and understanding, and will communicate further information as soon as we are able to do. Wait, what? As soon as we are able, we do want you to know that we hear you and understand your concerns. We ask for your continued patience. Fuck Blue Ridge Festival and Sly Guy and everybody who worked for him. This is complete bullshit. Literally everybody knows it. And that's the funny part, is that they could have gotten away with it if they were smarter. If they had canceled the festival on Thursday and blamed the weather, they probably would have gotten away with it. If they'd shut off their comments, they would have had an easier chance, but Jesus. So anyway, this is sneaky legal talk for gonna have to fucking go down with the ship at this point. But the funny thing is that I want to find it on here again. Due to a combination of internal considerations and external factors, we are unable to offer more details at this time. Oh, look, we have another post right here that says, we are working diligently to provide refund details, and we will share that information early this week when business reopens. This is 2 posts away. They're not even trying to do. You think they'd fucking delete it at least, but they're not even good at following with their own bullshit. So, yeah, Blue Ridge is full of shit. I'm sure you all already knew that. What a fucking disaster. All right, let me get back to you guys here really quick. Savior of Metal versus evil villain team up of Sly Guy and Babu Brick. Exactly. I want to make that cartoon. I was thinking that I need to sell plushies of shitty festival promoters, like make a little public plushie and be like, it's based on a fictional character I made up. There's no reference to anyone in real life. No idea what you're talking about. I don't even understand the reference. Sly Guy, no swiping. Sly Guy, no swiping. I definitely thought of that when I was making fun of them. Blue shit balls make me laugh unironically. Thanks. That was the name of the festival. I was just reading what it said, you know. I just got a movie idea, zombies plus metal show. I am so down. That'd be a great movie. I'm all for bloody cheesy movies. I've made movies before. I can make that happen. If they gave everyone botulism from the water, this will only add onto the mountain of fuck shit that BRRF has fell under. Yeah, it's just a never-ending cascade of fuckity bullshit. I wouldn't be surprised if Sly Guy fucking poisoned the waters himself. He's probably hooked it up to his own fucking personal toilet, knowing him. Vegan Vampire says, did you see the parking lot concert video Oliver Anthony posted? I found it truly touching. I feel so sorry for everyone that was there. I did, and I loved it. I respect the fuck out of Oliver Anthony. I think he's fantastic. And I'm honestly not a fan of the bands Papa Roach and Shinedown, who also did that with them. But I give credit to where credit is due. And those guys put on a last minute show in the campground for the people who'd been abandoned by Blue Ridge. They didn't have to do it at all. When they first said they were going to do it, Blue Ridge tried to stop them. And then when they realized they can't, they tried to act like it was their idea. But no, it was entirely Shinedown, Papa Roach, and Oliver Anthony's idea. All credit goes to them. And it was fucking awesome. I respect the shit out of that. So props to those guys. Adrian says, overthrow the bougie, the CEO class has ruined metal and music in general. I 1000% agree. I completely agree. Destroy the corporations. One event a year. Doesn't every fucking festival do one event a year? Yeah, most of them. Kind of a weird thing to state there. Bo Prick plushie, let's make it happen. Oh, it's got to. I don't know if it'd be a plushie as much as it would be a voodoo doll that people could stick pins into, and yeah, I'll make it come with money that he can give back to people. For extra, you can buy his little home that's a Zanzibar island with a little tree on it. You can put him there on your little mantle. You can give him to your cat to kill. Adrian says, support the road crew for strikes. It's what Lemmy would have wanted. Fucking goddamn right. We are the road crew. Always remember that. Always support to the road crew. Photo Bear, hey, what's up, man? Says, they're so stupid they can't even be sneaky, right? Yeah, they're not even trying. Like, at least put some thought into being a slimy scumbag. You're just flopping all over yourself. What do we got here? Also, who's Sly Guy and what did he do? I got here a little late, so maybe I missed it. Sly Guy is the person who put on Blue Ridge Rock Festival. He books the bands. He used to be fully in charge of it. He's still mostly in charge of it. Every single year, he lies about the problems there were, saying it's going to get better. There's a post from before this year where that specifically said that everything that went wrong had been fixed and was not going to go wrong. He is entirely, well, not entirely. He's 97% to blame. There are others that should also be held accountable, but he's the main one. The Savior Metal cartoon will end when Lemmy descends from heaven and smites Sly Guy and Bo Prick with a bass solo. Exactly. Lemmy will come down and just light a cigarette and blow it, and then just burst into ashes like Thanos. Vegan Vampire. I'm also not a big fan of them, but nearly went to their show in South Carolina just because they did that, but I had to work. Exactly what I'm saying. Yep. I respect the fuck out of them for those bands for putting on that show. Manson says, I've got a plan. We're all going to put on a festival with Dark Insanity, my band, and anyone else who's listening. I support this plan. Totally down. Dark Insanity is working on shit coming soon. We're still trying to get a recording up fairly quickly. We've all been busy last week or two, but things are still moving along, coming well. We're excited. I wanted to bring up this other subject because it definitely needs to be talked about. One of the most surprising, suspicious things in the music world happened recently. Live Nation, the most evil, soul-sucking, bloodthirsty, child-sacrificing company in the world, has appeared to have done something good. which is suspicious. But I want to look at this. On the road again. Willie Nelson is a legend. I love that guy. Nothing bad to say about him. But so Live Nation has announced this thing they're doing. Where's my screen? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. I actually should look at the other screen. Hang on. Not that one, but let me pull up the other one. Share the screen. Live Nation has made an announcement that actually seems like it's going to help artists, which is very suspicious. Willie Nelson's On the Road Again. Love that song. Inspires new program for developing artists and crew. Let me know what you guys think of this. I'd love to hear people's opinions on it. Live Nation has launched On the Road Again, a new program created with the legendary Willie Nelson to support developing artists and the integral teams that support them. Live Nation, for those of you who don't know, are an evil company. They were spawned in hell. They were started by Sauron and Adolf Hitler, and their whole objective is to steal money from artists and fans and do blood sacrifices to weird voodoo cult demons. That's what happened. I went on a tour of their office one time. That's exactly what they showed me during their lunch hour. It's crazy. Anyway, so it's really hard to believe that they have done anything good at all ever. So I want to read into this. Developing artists playing in clubs are the backbone of live music. No shit. Almost every artist plays clubs at some point in their career. According to live music charts from Pollster, there are 4,000 venues in the United States, and small venues host about 70% of all shows each year. I'm going to go out a limb and say that there's way more than that, but I don't know. These hardworking artists are impacted the most as tour costs rise and fluctuate, even as the music industry is experiencing unprecedented growth. I wonder whose fault that is. Live Nation, your abusers, the pigs from Animal Farm, want to do more to help live music careers of these talented artists, as well as these hardworking crews that operate behind the curtain. They also probably want to stop getting sued all the time. Touring is important to artists, so whatever we can do to help other artists, I think we should do it. This program will impact thousands of artists this year and help make touring a little bit easier, said Willie Nelson. Nothing against Willie Nelson, I love that guy, who generously provided his famous hit song On the Road Again as an anthem for the program. Through the end of the year, okay, interesting. Through the end of the year, the On the Road Again program is expected to deliver tens of millions of dollars in extra earnings to club artists and crew. So, a lot of people assumed that this program, I guess, was just going to be never-ending, indefinite. Someone told me that it was only for the rest of the year. And it wasn't until reading that right there that I got a little more clarification. Maybe it's still wrong. Maybe it just is addressing the effects of it this year. But at the moment, I'm going to take this to mean that this applies to the rest of 2023. I haven't seen saying yet that it will go further than that. But we'll see, hopefully. Anyway, they plan to help artists by all of Live Nation's clubs are investing in developing artists by providing $1,500 in gas and trouble cash per show to all headliners and support acts. So I'm wondering, does that mean $1,500 for the entire tour? $1,500 for each band, which would be like surprisingly generous and very suspicious. It should happen. It's the right move, but Adolf Hitler hands you a flower, you're going to be suspicious of it. Anyway, on top of nightly performance compensation. So, I mean, if that's accurate, even if it's just for a tour, that's a lot. That's fucking nuts. Additionally, these clubs will charge no merchandise selling fees. What? These clubs will charge no merchandise selling fees. That's fucking amazing. So artists keep 100% of merch profits, which they should have been doing in the first place, but that's fucking awesome. Even if that's only for the rest of 2023, that will greatly help a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. Like when you read this, everything they say in their announcement, it seems too good to be true. Let's put it that way. Um, Additionally, these clubs will charge. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. Touring is a crucial part of an artist's livelihood, and we understand travel costs take one of the biggest bites out of an artist's nightly profits. By helping with these core expenses, we aim to make it easier for artists on the road so they can keep performing to their fans in more cities across the country. So extra 1,500 per show in gas and travel cash for all headliners and openers. I'm still curious about the details of that. Live Nation also wants to recognize all the unsung heroes working behind the scenes night after night to help make these shows happen, with more grind and less glory than most of the business. On the Road Again is providing financial bonuses to local promoters that help execute at shows, tour reps that live life on a bus, as well as venue crew members that have worked over 500 hours in 2023. That's cool. I like that idea. They're also donating $5 million to a charity that supports crew industry people facing hard times. Um, Delivering for live artists is always our core mission. Stealing from live artists is our core mission, said Michael, whatever, president and CEO of Live Nation. The live music industry is continuing to grow, and as it does, we want to do everything we can to support artists at all levels on their touring journey, especially to developing artists in clubs. Like Willie says, this is all about making it a little easier for thousands of artists to continue doing what they love, going out and playing for the fans. So yeah, I would love to hear what people think about this. I mean, I think everyone pretty much has the same information on it, but uh yeah, it's surprising. Exactly what Vegan Vampire said. What's the catch? Live Nation has never done anything good for anyone ever. So I'm very suspicious of this. From what they're saying, this all seems fantastic. If that all really happens and goes through, even for just the end of the year, that's great. Hopefully they continue it for more than that, because this kind of thing is like, they shouldn't even be there in the first place. These problems should have never existed. So they're kind of like, we understand the issues that artists are facing that we have forced them into over the last decade or so. So maybe we'll loosen our chains a little bit. um, but hey, I mean, I hope it works out, and I hope people do benefit from it. We're just everyone's gonna be watching it with a fucking microscope. Um, Matt Griffin says there's no catch. They're still stealing money from elsewhere. Yeah, I mean that's honestly what I say the movie industry is doing. But that's for a different channel. Um Just read this comment. Just looked up a picture of Sly Guy. He just looks like an asshole. Yep. He just looks like a lying little asshole snake. You can tell from his face. Adrian says review the Death Clock movie. I definitely am going to. I just haven't got to it yet, but I absolutely plan on it. That'd be a great video. Matt says Live Nation, look at this $1,500 handout over here. Live Nation, oh. Yep. Yep. I mean, shit. I hope it works out. I really do. Ricardo says just put on the same bootleg shirt after a shower. I'm actually glad I bought it. It looks even better. Exactly. Sometimes the bootlegs are better. I was saying I really want to interview one of these bootleggers and be like, so clearly you guys have this whole like system set up. Explain it to me. I think it would be interesting. So yeah, Photo Bear says I give it a week to find out how it's really screwing people. I hope I'm wrong. Exactly. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they've turned over a new leaf, but they don't have a great track record, so we'll wait and see. But that pretty much covers everything I wanted to cover on today's podcast episode. Catch up on my awesome weekend with a bunch of awesome bands and a really dumb friend, and wanted to cover these announcements. Blue Ridge are still bullshitting, gaslighting, full of themselves, assholes, every bad thing you can possibly say. Blue Ridge is responsible for world hunger and the war in Ukraine. And then we'll see what happens with Live Nation and their weird ass announcement. But I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm completely wrong, and there's only good things about it. When's next time? Asking for the live stream. Yeah, it's gonna be next Wednesday. Yeah, I'm going to a festival this weekend called Wasteland Weekend that I don't think a lot of people know about, but it's gonna be a fantastic video, and I'll definitely be able to talk about that next week. So same time, Monday at 11 a.m. California time. I don't know what that is to you guys, but you can figure it out for yourselves, and hopefully it's at a time where you can catch and join in. And Miss Little Girl says, Mom says hi, and she loves seeing us in Venice. Yeah, we were on TV. We're pretty famous. But check out my band Dark Insanity on Instagram and here on the channel. We have good, legit stuff coming soon. We are playing December 8th at the Rainbow in where in Hollywood, and playing to the ghosts of dead rock stars. And then we're playing Tulminator next year. Can't fucking wait. Hopefully we'll get more festivals and shows before then. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will catch you next time. And I'll have a video coming up real soon.